ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ಕೊಡ್ರಿ. ಇಲ್ಗೋ ಓಕೆ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡ್ಬೇಕಾರೆ ಹಿಂಗೋ.
Hello students, online class is they we working? I've got habituated to speaking like this. So anyway, success in UPSC is not just about intelligence but about perseverance, discipline and the courage to continue despite setbacks. Today we are proud to introduce one such inspiring achiever from Legacy IAS Academy, Kiran Kamate, who has secured All India rank of 53 in UPSC Civil Service Examination 2025 and is the Karnataka topper. Kiran's journey is true example of determination and resilience. This was his 6th attempt, 3rd mains and 2nd interview. And with unwavering dedication and continuous self-improvement, he has achieved this remarkable success. His journey teaches us, every aspirant, that consistency, right guidance and self-belief are the keys to cracking UPSC examination. On behalf of Legacy IAS Academy, we extend our heartfelt congratulations to Kiran Kamate and welcome him to share his journey, strategy and insights with all the aspirants here.
Yes. Thank you.
Congratulations. He will be taking the stage now.
First of all, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kiran Kamate. I've secured All India rank 53 in this year's UPSC CSE. This has been my 6th consecutive attempt and also my last attempt. So, all of you have been preparing for civil services or any other exams? Okay. So, to just start off, I'll just give a brief highlights of my journey. So, I graduated in 2018 in civil engineering from Gokte Institute of Technology, Belagavi. Overall from North Karnataka here. Okay. So, I'm from Belagavi. Then, after graduation in 2018, I went to Hyderabad for GATE coaching. So 2019 I gave a GATE attempt. I got IIT Guwahati MTech program, but somehow I didn't like the course I got. I missed by a few marks, so opted out of it. Then prepared another year for engineering services. So this is in 2020, and in that span I also gave a lot of engineering other exams as well. The RRB, SSC, etc. But again, I could not clear any of those. I actually gave around 20 plus exams between those 2-3 years, but nothing worked out. It was only in 2020 March, just a few days before COVID, that I gave my first UPSC, like I started my UPSC civil services journey, and in 2020 I gave my first attempt. Hardly any preparation, a decision I still regret because you know how precious each attempt is. So, but somehow just because my sister was also preparing already, she had a year of preparation, I just went with her for just 4-5, because this is March 2020, that year it was COVID, so it was October attempt that year. So in hardly 5-6 months I just gave my first attempt without reading anything, just NCERTs and some basic books. But that attempt gave me some confidence, because in spite of very limited reading, I secured a very good marks. Although I could not clear the prelims, somehow was close to it, and that gave me confidence and gave my another attempt next year, 2021. Again, but somehow with all the preparation, again I just missed that year by 0.77 or 0.8 marks. So that was my first two attempts. I could not clear my prelims itself. So that is when I decided I should shift to Bengaluru. because Delhi was not an option. I personally didn't wanted to go there, so I came here. 2022 was my third attempt. Now in that attempt, I actually wrote a lot of tests. I understood what was missing in the first two attempts of mine. So wrote a lot of tests. That year actually I wrote 100 mock tests because I decided I have to clear prelims at least this time. So every time, all my attempts, I have targeted one stage at a time. So I was not thinking that I will clear mains, I will go to interview. That was not the target. Third year, because I was not, when I've not cleared prelims, I was not able to think of all that. So 2022, I gave my third attempt. I wrote as I said, 100 mock tests, and that year I got 111 marks in prelims. So very without any burden in those. You know how it feels after writing your prelims and then waiting till those 12 to 14 days. It feels like hell. But that did not happen because there was very good marks. So I straight away prepared for mains. But again, for mains, again I felt I was underprepared, so I could not clear it. In that year, I cleared the KPSC PWD Assistant Engineer exam. So I got a job. So I joined it in 2023 March. So first three attempts full time. I've prepared full time as a student, broke and unemployed, but only in the next three attempts, like with job, I had prepared. So then again, like I thought, now I have a job, no burden, etc. Again prepared well, but as you know, I could not clear prelims itself now. So fourth attempt, no prelims. So now I'm left with a lot of time again, because once you fail prelims, till the next attempt, it feels like a long lost months. So again, what I did was I made sure I will prepare. I'll make my mains very stronger now. So I prepared and also I changed my optional subject from civil engineering to political science, because civil engineering I felt had no connection with GS or anything, so no overlap absolutely. And because in that mains gap, completing civil engineering and also completing GS, it was feeling like way too much. It was two different like preparations without absolutely no overlap. So that is why, and also I got a job with all my civil engineering preparation yielded that PWD assistant engineer job. So I felt this is enough now. We'll close civil engineering. That's why I shifted to political science and international relations. So again, fourth attempt, I could not clear my prelims. So I prepared PSIR well and other some aspects of mains as well. Fifth attempt, 2024, I cleared prelims, mains, reached till the interview. Like if you observed, like every time I had to do all the stages twice, then only I will clear the. So this time also I could not clear interview. I missed the final list last year by 37 marks. So last year, Dr. Sachin BJ had come here. He and I were actually same day interview. We met at interview. We had given interview to the same board. Like I came outside of after giving my interview, and he went inside. But a few days later, when the results got declared, he was in the list. I was not there. So that was heartbreaking. This happened in April 22 last year. So April 22 significance. That was the date Pahalgam attack was also happened, and even the UPSC results. So two heartbreaking moments at one day. So after that there was KS mains, because April 22, 25 was the result. In another May 26, that next month was the next prelims. That was my last attempt. I was just left with one attempt now. This was a very risky move, because again there was mains in between, and if I write that mains, I'll be just left with 15 days of prelims preparation for UPSC, and that is a last attempt also. So now this was a suicide mission, and a lot of my friends said, please don't do this, you will fail, and you will regret it. But somehow I took that decision, and I feel that I'm glad that I took the decision, because somewhere I felt if I had not continued, I would lose the momentum of mains that I had written previous, like that attempt. So I will not be able to utilize the momentum that I had gained by writing mains. So I didn't want it to take a break. So if I taken a break again, all that momentum would be lost, and again I have to recoup and again prepare and get that high energy again for next mains. So I just went with it, cleared prelims, went to Delhi this time. That was the only time I went to Delhi for preparation in my last attempt. But this time I felt there was a very clear goal what I had to do, because those 2.5 to 3 months in Delhi, I just gave everything I could possibly do. So I wrote a lot of tests. Uh, I wrote around 953 answers in that just 2.5 months gap. So I did a lot of answer writing, everyday answer writing, as well as for GS2 test series, and even for the optional subject as well, to test series. So did a lot of answer writing, and then I actually got a lot of changes in my marks. So I could use the smart board. Yes. Yeah. So 20. So in essay last year I had got 123. GS1 had just 86. GS2 96. GS3 very poor, 68. Uh, GS4 ethics I had got 106, and optional, which is PSIR, I had got 250. So I cleared the mains. That year the cutoff was 729. I had got 737 marks. So you can see not a lot. I had barely made the cutoff. So, but we do not know what actual marks we have scored. So at that time, it felt like I'll be getting rank. I'm already in the list. So I went to the interview. I'll write here. Interview I got 171. So this was actually, this adds up to 947 was the cutoff. So 910, I had got 909. So someone make calculation of only this part and tell me. Then this year I'll tell you what actually worked this year and what was the jump. So here the cutoff that year was 947. 947 or 946. 947 I would say. So I have missed by somewhere around 38 marks. So this time around, essay, I wrote a lot of essays this time. I prepared a lot, but what should actually happen when one prepares well or improvises? What should actually happen? Improve. Actually, I got 116 now. So a dip in about 7 marks here. But GS1, as I said, I did GS1 and GS3 were my weak areas here, if you can observe. This is okay, at least average, but these were what had brought me down, and even this interview. So GS1, I made a lot of writing this year. I got 101. Like eraser, okay. 116 here, 101 here in GS. GS2, in spite of having PSIR, I scored very less here, just 96. So that was something I was not happy with. So again, this time around I got 105. In GS3, from 68, I increased it to 99. So it's also one of the highest. Like it will be this time 109 is the highest. So after that 104, 101, and I am the fourth highest in this year overall. So then GS4 again, I did a lot of working. Also one of my favorite GS papers. I did 121 here. So this is where major shift happened. This overall GS. And then PSIR from 250 to 275 is where I made a 25 marks jump. So this is where bulk of increase happened. But even with interview from 171, this time around I got 195, which is again like very good marks. I was expecting somewhere around 180, 185. So again 10-15 marks more than I expected. So this came around 1011. So this is the breakdown of my mark sheet. So if you can observe from 909 to 1011, almost 102 marks increase. So that jump actually is very important. So this jump, where did this jump come? Mainly I identified where my mistakes were. GS1, GS 68 to 99, this is 31 marks jump, and here it is 15 marks jump, and optional 25 marks jump, and even with respect to GS4 another 15 marks here. So GS2 not much, but 9 marks, but here there's a dip. This again is an increase, this is an increase, this is an increase, this is also an increase. So this is where the jump happened. So what I basically wanted to tell was intensive writing. There's no replacement to like extensive, because as I said, I wrote 973 answers. So that is extreme. Like just imagine, you can only imagine like 953 answers is way too much. Last year Rangamanju, who scored rank 24, was also one of my friend. He wrote around 850 answers. So that actually motivated me. Even that was his last attempt. So in one of his interview, he said he had to write more number of answers. That's why he wrote around 800, 850 answers. So once he had done that, when I watched it, I felt if someone has actually done it, already ಮಾಡಿದಾರೆ, I'll also have that, okay, I can also do it. Because you don't trust till you actually see someone actually do it. Illa alli tanka you will feel like either ಸುಳ್ಳು ಹೇಳಕತ್ತಾನ ಅಥವಾ he's just doing it for gimmicks. But this is where the jump happened. Now this has been my journey. So 6 attempts, this is the final successful attempt. So 3 mains, 2 interviews, and 1 successful result. Now I would like to ask you, like, what is that you expect from this talk? Is it about the overall mostly about prelims strategy or main strategy? I hope it is not interview. It's still time for that. But I can just give some glimpse over it also. But what do you expect from me? Like prelims, mains, or what should I specifically highlight that I can actually be of some help to you? Currently prelims, yes. So who has given like more than at least 1 attempt here? At least 1 attempt? You have not given any attempt? Anything attempt ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ? Okay. Nice. So
What was the change in the essay writing? What you developed over the time?
Okay, that I'll highlight actually. Essay, that is something. Okay, it's better. What we'll do is I'll take Q&A type. So I'll just like she mentioned this, I'll try to address it. Then anyone with different queries, I think step by step we can do it. So, clear, my bro? Add. You can also shut the door. So essay. Firstly, I'll give a brief. So basically 250 marks each, like the entire paper. It's broken down into 2 essays, part A and part B. So you have 4 essays here, 4 essays here. You have to write 1 essay. You have to pick, you're free to pick one from here, one from here. For essay, what I will suggest is first you read a lot of essays. You should know what is an essay first. So you are given around 10 to 12 pages, around 10 to 12 pages per essay. So that would make around 20 to 24 pages in total. So you should be able to write somewhere around 1200 to 1500 words. So for that to happen, you should have a lot of knowledge first. Then only you can able to go and write there. And unlike GS, it's not very objective in the sense like it's ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ creative ಆಗಿ ಬರಿಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. You have to attract the reader also, and you should also be able to use nice words, vocabulary, ಒಂದು flow ಇರಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. Then completely one topic in different ways you have to explore, not in a singular one day where you are answering. So it has to be in different dimensions. So for that to happen, you should have a lot of first ideas, creativity, and essay is one area where the field is open. You can be very creative. You can write poems, you can write, if you know some vachanas, you can write vachanas, you can use Kabir's, Dohas, etc. There's a lot of scope, quotes, quotations, books, etc. you can use. So what I did was I always start your essay with an anecdote. Anecdote andre one story, it has to be around 1 to 1.5 page. So if you write the illond sheet illide andre, this is the illi topic bardirutte. So you start almost already it is gone. So you start here, you end somewhere here. So you are writing this part. Illi tanka you are writing the anecdote. So something related to that. You are not explicitly telling ellanu bitkodatilla. It's like slow, step by step, like a story you are telling it. So you write an anecdote, then you break down. I think if you can give, someone can give me some essay topic, that would be better. Last year, please open a essay topic. Then for next at least 7 to 8 pages, you're breaking down the essay into different groups. What is called as pestle approach. Pestle andre like political, economical, social, technological. You break down the topic and you write in different. So other next ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಇದೆ ನೋಡಿ.
The supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting.
The supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. So that is what I had written this time. So basically it says like ನೀವು ವಾರ್ ಮಾಡಿನೇ ಎನಿಮಿನ ಸೋಲಿಸ್ಬೇಕಂತಿಲ್ಲ. Psychologically also, mentally also, by some other forms also you can defeat the enemy. So that is the crux. So that is what I had taken. So anecdote ನಾನೇನು ಬರೆದಿದ್ದೆ, it was about Pokhran. Pokhran test what we had carried out. Nuclear energy ಎಲ್ಲ nuclear arms we had developed in 1990, Smiling Buddha. So ಅದು ಮಾಡಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ all the direct attacks by Pakistan did not happen because they knew that if anything, if they do, we know what we'll be doing. So what India did here, India directly did not attack Pakistan. It did not show its muscle power that I have this anta. It's silent agi, just it tested its nuclear. So that's what the topic was like. You can read it again.
The supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting.
Yes, subdue the enemy without fighting. Without fighting. Did we fight here? There was no war. There was no bloodshed. There was nothing. Still, we subdued the enemy without fighting. So we defeated them mentally. We defeated them psychologically. So that is what the topic was. So I started my anecdote like that. So I started my essay with that anecdote. So you're understanding what I'm telling? So adbardmele then you can expand. Then you can say, you can give different examples based on different. So politically you can give how opposition henge mentally weak madat. For example, fake news in spread madat. Without even fighting, they give up opposite down. So economically, China, what China does, economic warfare. For example, Iran does not have that much ammunitions compared to US and Israel. So what it does, Strait of Hormuz block mabidodu. So it is not directly fighting, it is indirectly doing but still defeating the enemy. So economically, that is. Socially, you are defeating someone. Henge patriarchy, you are restricting. A girl child will go and become independent or be in a higher position and later command the family member. So what you try to do is subtly you defeat her through some superstitions, etc. So so politically, economically, socially, technologically, economically and legally. So this is just a framework for you. So why that framework? It becomes easier nimge think madake. So think in these terms. So even if you write one page with one approach, you are filling 8 pages. Then last ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡೋದು, just last but one, now you have almost 9.5 page ಆಗಿದೆ. So another one page what we'll do is summary. I'll summarize the entire essay one more time without idnellanu one page wag I will summarize and end my essay. So that is again conclusion. Last year conclusion again, that would be 1 to 1.5 page. So that total it would come around 10 to 12 based on the comfort level with which you can write. So 10 to 12 pages, that is enough, you can do it. Eager, like answering to your question, what I did different is this is like how a normal essay will be, like ellaru ishtu baritar. What different I did or what different you can do is, anecdote admele you can observe other topics are getting very philosophical. So philosophical essays ಬರೆಯೋದು is very difficult because ನಾವು ಯಾರು ಅಷ್ಟು philosophy ಓದಿರಲ್ಲ, and to give that kind of philosophical words ಬರೆಯೋದು, it is very difficult. So ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಫಿಲಾಸಫಿಕಲ್ ಬರೋಕೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಲೈಕ್ ವಾಟ್ ಐ ಡಿಡ್ ಪರ್ಸ್ನಲಿ ಇಸ್, ಈ ಎನೆಕ್ಡೋಟ್ ಆದಮೇಲೆ one page I would dedicated for, I added something, this is my own thing that I did in philosophical ಅಂಡರ್ಪಿನ್ನಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ ನಾನು. ಅಂಡರ್ಪಿನ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಅಂದರೆ one page I am exclusively just writing what is the philosophical foundation ಈ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ನಾಗ. Again this topic itself, the subtle art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಆಪ್ಷನಲ್ ಯಾರ್ದು PSIR ಐತಿಲ್ಲ, PSIR. ಸೊ ಅವ್ರು ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ದೇ ಎಂಜಾಯ್ಡ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ದಿಸ್ ಟಾಪಿಕ್. ಸೊ ಈ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಮುಗಿದು ಎಸೆ ಬರೆದು ಹೊರಗೆ ಬಂದಾಗ ಓನ್ಲಿ PSIR ಪೀಪಲ್ ವರ್ ವೆರಿ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ. ಸೊ PSIRನಾಗ ಯು ಕಮ್ ಅಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಚಾಣಕ್ಯ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸುನ್ಜುನು ಬರ್ತಾನೆ, ಬಟ್ ಚಾಣಕ್ಯ ಕೌಟಿಲ್ಯ ಅವ್ನು ಬರ್ತಾನೆ. ಸೊ ಚಾಣಕ್ಯ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಅ ಥೇರಿ ಸೊ ಆಫ್ ಹೌ ಟು win war avanella Chandragupta Maurya he tells it alla. So one of the ways he was like Sam Dham Danda Bhed anta he sells 4 words. Sam andre first peacefully you try to opposite na try ಮಾಡೋದು. Dham ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ you try to buy them, ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೊಡು, then you make friends with them. Dand is you punish them, you go all out, punish them, ಹೊಡಿಬೇಡಿ ಕಡಿ. Then comes Sam Dham Dand Bhed. Bhed ಅಂದ್ರೆ divide. What British did to us, that was Bhed. Like their divide and rule policy. They divided us. So ಒಂದು hate spread ಮಾಡೋದು, religious lines like casteist lines like they divided. So this is what. So you can utilize this also. So ನಾ ಅದನ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ, philosophical underpinnings. So I gave Chanakya's ideas ಈ ಥರ and how subtly without fighting directly how he defeated the enemy ಅಂತ. So this is what I did philosophical. Hing for irrespective of any topic, I would identify what is the philosophical. This can be Gandhian philosophy. Idu Vivekanand, if you have read any Vivekanand books, you can give his ideas. It can be some Aristotle, Plato, etc. Socrates ideas. It can be John Locke, etc. Sociology, any optionals? Anthropology nagu thinkers ಯಾರು ಬರ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ. So you can give some ideas there ಅವ್ರದ್ದು. Then you can give someone, if you are like religious philosophers ಯಾರಿದ್ರೆ, you can give that. So ultimately the idea is philosophical ideas kodu. So that gave a philosophical touch to the overall essay. It's okay. So ಇದು ಒಂದೂವರೆ ಪೇಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ. Then I would start with this, then summarize. Summarizing is very important because you are continuously writing. ಅವನು ಹಿಂಗೆ he's reading, suddenly you end the topic, he'll feel like ಎದಕ್ಕೆ ಎಂಡ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂದರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲ್ಲ. So it is important to understand. So even if you observe any books also, like ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಯಾರು ಎಂಡ್ ಮಾಡೋಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. They will bring all the ideas in one page and then end it. So ಅದಕ್ಕೆ summary is important. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ if you spectrum ಓದ್ತಾರೆ history, modern history spectrum, you have a summary page there and then he ends it. Why does he give a summary? Abruptly end ಆಗಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತ. So give a summarize, like in this essay we discussed this and we understood these areas, how enemy is defeated subtly without direct fighting. We saw the reference of Chanakya, etc. So this is how you summarize. So what does that avaginagutte, adkondu smooth ending agutte. Then you write conclusion usually I did was I used quotations athwa some Sanskrit shloka, ee tara shloka barada adakke end ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ. So that gave it a very like on the hinga, it has to end in a climax, has to be good, like the story is all good, then lasting sudden ಆಗಿ it ended, summary ಬರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಸಡನ್ ಆಗಿ ಎಂಡ್ ಆಯ್ತು, ಕನ್ಕ್ಲೂಷನ್ ಬರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಲೈಕ್ ಸಡನ್ ಆಗಿ ಮೂವಿನೂ ಮುಗೀತು, ಯು ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಇಟ್, ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂತ ಅನಿಸ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಇಷ್ಟು 2.5 hours ಏನು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಹೊಡೆದಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೈ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಟು summarize it, then give a good conclusion. Now conclusion can be through quotation or ಅದನ್ನ ಅಗೇನ್ ಸಮರೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ, ಕನ್ಕ್ಲೂಷನ್ನಾಗೆ ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಲುಕಿಂಗ್ ಏನಾರು ಬರಿಬೋದು. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ವಾಸ್ ವಾಟ್, ಓಕೆ ಸಟ್ಲಿ ಇಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಷ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಪಾಸ್ಟ್ ಟು ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ನಾಗ. ಕನ್ಕ್ಲೂಷನ್ ಯು ಮೈಟ್ ರೈಟ್ ಇನ್ ಫ್ಯೂಚರ್ ವಾಟ್ ಮೈಟ್ ಬಿ ದಿ ಅದರ್ ವೇ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ cyber attacks, you need not directly go and fight. Cyber attacks is one. Then robotic warfare, again ನೀವ ಹೋಗಿ ಹೊಡೆದಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂತಿಲ್ಲ, ಯು ಸೆಂಡ್ robots to the again fight. So certainly again it is a different way of attacking. Then digital attacks, cyber attacks, biopiracy, bio attacks, etc., chemical attacks. So again these are different ways. So conclusion should be like forward linking, and then again you should end the essay. So this is how my essay went like. In this process ಏನು ಮಧ್ಯ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿರಿ, ಯು ಗಿವ್ ರೆಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಟು ಬುಕ್ಸ್, ಆಥರ್ಸ್. ನೀವು ಓದಲಿ ಬಿಡ್ಲಿ, ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದಿಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಬಿಟ್ ಆಫ್ ರೀಡಿಂಗ್ ಬುಕ್ಸ್ ಬಿಯಾಂಡ್ UPSC. ಅದು ಫಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಇರಲಿ ನಾನ್ ಫಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಇರಲಿ, ಬಟ್ some standard like very popular books at least you keep reading. A reading culture first develop ಮಾಡ್ಕೋರಿ. Reading is not just UPSC ಬಗ್ಗೆ UPSC ನೋಟ್ಸು ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀಕಾಂತ್ ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ರಮ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಓಕೆ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿಗೆ ಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಬಿಯಾಂಡ್ ದಟ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಡೂ ಸಮ್ ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್ಲಿ ಮೇನ್ಸ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಇರೋದು ಅಸ್ಲಿ ಗೇಮ್. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಪ್ರಿಲಿಮ್ಸ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಹೊಡೆದಾಡಿ ಒಳಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ರಿ ಟಿಕೆಟ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ರಿ ಲೈಕ್ ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ದ ಟಿಕೆಟ್ ಟು ಮೇನ್ಸ್. ಬಟ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ಮೇನ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಸಾಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ವೈ ಡಿಡ್ ಐ ಈವನ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಪ್ರಿಲಿಮ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ಸಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಕೈತಿ. ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಬೆಟರ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಜೊತೆ ನಾನು ಪ್ರಿಲಿಮ್ಸ್ ಈ ಸಲ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಚಲೋ ಇರ್ತೈತೆ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೈ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮೇನ್ಸ್ ವೆಲ್. UPSC preparation is mains preparation, not prelims preparation. Always have that mindset. So always think in terms of go through PYQs, previous year questions, nodri what is asked, first syllabus and score. And I'm actually surprised ಯಾರು ಒಂದು ಅಟೆಂಪ್ಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಯು ಆರ್ ಗಿವಿಂಗ್ ಈ ವರ್ಷ ಯಾರು ಕೊಡತ್ತೀರಿ? 27 ಕೊಡತ್ತೀರಿ. 26 ಯಾರು ಇಲ್ಲ? PSR boys ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಟು ಓಕೆ. Okay, so you still have a lot of time. So I will actually reorient this session and cater to 2027 or mostly around future under next 1 year plan. That would be more helpful. So first thing first, go home athwa go to your study rooms, main syllabus, take a very good printout, GS 1 2 3 4 and im optional. Stick on your table, read it first, then stick. Very stick ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಬೇಡ್ರಿ. ಸೊ ಓದ್ರಿ, ನೀಟಾಗಿ ಓದ್ರಿ. ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ ಬಿಟ್ ಬೈ ಬಿಟ್ ಯು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್. ಸೊ ಈ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಜಂಪ್ ಇಂಟು ಯಾವ ಬುಕ್ಸ್ ಓದಬೇಕು, ಯಾವ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಓದಬೇಕು. ಡೋಂಟ್ ಡೂ ಆಲ್ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಯು ಸ್ಟಡಿ ದಿ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್, ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್, ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಸ್ಕ್ಡ್, ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಬೌಂಡ್ರಿ ಆಫ್ ವಿತ್ ವಿಚ್ ನಾವು ಓದಬೇಕಂತ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಒಂದು ಬೌಂಡ್ರಿ ಹಾಕೋಬೇಕಾಗ್ತೈತೆ. ಬಿಯಾಂಡ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ನಾನು ಇಷ್ಟು ಇದು ಬೇಡ and some certain depth that beyond this again I should not read, because it is an endless preparation. IR, international relations agli, economy agli, these are endless ಇದೆ. ನೀವು ಓದ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ರಿ, ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಫೀಲ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್. ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲೋ ಹೋಗ್ತಿದೆ, ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಏನು ಬರತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಯು ಆರ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ರೀಡಿಂಗ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಎಂಜಾಯಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ಅದು ಆಗಬಾರ್ದು. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೈ ಟೇಕ್ ಅ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ ಕಾಪಿ, GS 1 2 3 4, ದೆನ್ ಆಪ್ಷನಲ್. ಸೊ ಆಪ್ಷನಲ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ PSI ಯಾರಾದ್ರೆ ಆಂಥ್ರೋಪಾಲಜಿ, ಯಾರು ಆಂಥ್ರೋಪಾಲಜಿ, ಕನ್ನಡ ಲಿಟ್ರೇಚರ್, ದೆನ್ ಸೋಷಿಯಾಲಜಿ ಅಂತೂ ಯಾರಿಲ್ಲ. ಮತ್ತು ಯಾರು ಮತ್ತು ಬೇರೆ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡ್ರಿ? ಝೂಯಾಲಜಿ, ಓಕೆ. ಸೈಕಾಲಜಿ, ಓಕೆ. ದೆನ್ ನಾಟ್ yet decided, ಓಕೆ. You not yet decided, okay. Decide your optional first. It might, and decide it only based on your interests. So ಆ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಆಗೈತಿ, ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಒಂದು ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು 2 to 3 ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಯು ಡಿಸೈಡ್. ದಿಸ್ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಟೇಕ್. ದೆನ್ ಒಂದು ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಗಿವ್ ಅ ವೀಕ್ ಫಾರ್ ಒನ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್. ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಕುಂತು ಓದ್ರಿ, ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತಿಳ್ಕೊರಿ. ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ವೀಡಿಯೋಸ್ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ವಾಟ್ ಈ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಏನೇನು ಐತೆ ಅಂತ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಡ್ರಿ. ದೆನ್ ಯು ಗೋ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಚೂಸ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ. ಈ ಟಾಪರ್, ಈ ವರ್ಷ ಟಾಪರ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ರ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಇವ್ ಇದ್ದ, ಒಂದು ಆಪ್ಷನಲ್ ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಐತೆ, ನೀವು ತೊಗೊಳ್ತೀರಿ ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಡೂ ದ್ಯಾಟ್. ಸೊ ಡೂ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಈಗ ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಹೀಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪರ್ಟೀಸ್, ಹೀ ಡಿಡ್ ವೆಲ್. ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಿ ಇಫ್ ಹಿ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಟೇಕನ್ ಸೈಕಾಲಜಿ ಆರ್ ಝೂಯಾಲಜಿ he would have not cleared. So I took PSI because ನನಗೆ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇತ್ತು, I felt very comfortable. So please take what is your interest area. Then broadly I would say, like, not recommending any either these are the good anta, but at least I feel like PSIR, I'll just give some few points, few andre currently they are doing well aa thara. Then sociology, then anthro very popular anthropology. These are like very popular with better public administration, and Kannada literature usually very popular in Karnataka. So Kannada literature. So these are some like 4 to 5 options that are very popular. You decide what you want. So ಈ political science na ತಗೊಂಡಿರೋದು because I liked Indian polity, I liked international relations, that is why I chose it. ಇದು ಲೈಕ್ ಆಗೈತೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ರು ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಗೋ ಫಾರ್ ಆಂಥ್ರೋಪಾಲಜಿ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಟಾಪರ್ಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇದಾರೆ, ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಬರೋದದ, ಇಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಮ ದೋಸ್ತ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ವರ್ಕ್. ದೋಸ್ತ್ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಟೇಕನ್ ಇಟ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಅವ್ನಿಗೆ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇತ್ತು ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಹಿ ವಿಲ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಗೋ. ನೀವು ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಉಳಿತೀರಿ. ಸೊ ಚೂಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಯುವರ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಏನೋ ಅಂತಾರೆ, ಲೈಕ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಲೈಕ್ ಆಪ್ಷನಲ್ ಈಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ UPSC ಆಪ್ಷನಲ್ ಈಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ವೈಫ್, ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಲವ್ ಹರ್ ಅ ಲಾಟ್. ಸೊ ಈಗ ನೀವು PSR ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರಿಗೆ ಲವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ರೈಟ್. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ PSR ತೊಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ PSRಗೆ ಲವ್ ಮಾಡಿರಿ. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಯು ಟೇಕ್, ಲವ್ ಇಟ್. ಅಷ್ಟು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ 250, 500 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್, 500 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ 1750 ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಐತೆ ನಿಮಗೆ. ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಮಿಸ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಔಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಗೆಟ್ ಸಮ್ವೇರ್ ಅರೌಂಡ್ 260 280 290 ತೆಗಿಯಕ್ಕಬೇಕು ನೀವಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಏನೇನೋ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಲೈಕ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಗೆಟ್ ಸ್ಟಕ್ ಅರೌಂಡ್ 220 ಹಿಂಗೆ 230, ವೆರಿ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟ್ ಟು ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್, ವೆರಿ ವೆರಿ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ choosing the right optional and choosing what you like is very important. And also decide early ಭಾಳ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡೋಕೆ ಟೈಮ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದು. ಇನ್ನು ಓದೋದು ಭಾಳ ದೂರ ಐತೆ. ಲೈಕ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಟೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಸೊ ಮಚ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಫಾರ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಡಿಸೈಡಿಂಗ್, ದೆನ್ ಓದೋದು ಯಾವಾಗ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಓದಿ ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡೋರು ಯಾವಾಗ, ಹಾಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಥ್ರೂ ಇಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಬೇಡ ಇದಂತ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಯು ಚೇಂಜ್. ಸೊ ಇನ್ನೂ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಆಗೋದೈತಿ. ಸೊ ಚೂಸ್ ಅರ್ಲಿ, ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಅರ್ಲಿ. So choose it. So this is regarding optional subject. Then okay. So next, what is you want me to discuss? Optional subject either.
2024 to 25 ಏನು ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸ, ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸ ಇದೆ ಸರ್.
ಹಾಂ,
ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಏನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತೊಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಅಥವಾ
ಎಸ್, ಓಕೆ. ಲೈಕ್ ಒಂದು ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಸೀರೀಸ್ ಬರ್ತಿದ್ದಿಲ್ಲ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ, ಬರೀ ಓದಾತಿದ್ದೆ. ಲೈಕ್ ಚಂತನ ಬೆಳತನ ಓದಾತೀನಿ, ಬಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ನಾಟ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಒನ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ ಐ ಮೇಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಯರ್. ರೋಟ್ ಅ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ಸ್. ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ 953. ದಟ್ಸ್ ದ ಟೋಟಲ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಐ ರೋಟ್ ಇನ್ ದೋಸ್ 2.5 months. So that is one difference. And value addition ಭಾಳ ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಮೇನ್ಸ್ನಾಗ. ಲೈಕ್ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್, ಬಟ್ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಅಡಿಷನ್ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಡೇಟಾ, ಕೊಟೇಶನ್ಸ್, ಕೀವರ್ಡ್ಸ್, ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ಕೀವರ್ಡ್ಸ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ GS3ನಾಗ ಎಕನಾಮಿ, ಅಗ್ರಿಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ರೈಟ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ಕೀವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ದೇರ್. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯು ಕೆನಾಟ್ ರೈಟ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಟು ಲೈಕ್ ನಾನ್ ಎಕನಾಮಿಕಲ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೆಯೋಕ್ಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಯು ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಗೆಟ್ ದಟ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಓದಿದಾಗ ಇಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಫೀಲ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಹೀಸ್ ರೀಡಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ ಎಕನಾಮಿ ಆನ್ಸರ್. ಪೊಲಿಟಿ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಪೊಲಿಟಿ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಬರ್ಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಐ ಡಿಡ್. ಸೊ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಅಡಿಷನ್, ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಡೇಟಾ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್, ಡೇಟಾನು ರೀಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ಯೂಶ್ವಲಿ ವಿ ರೈಟ್ ಇಷ್ಟು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ದಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪರ್ಸೆಂಟೇಜ್ ಆಫ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಪೀರಿಯಾಡಿಕ್ ಲೇಬರ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಇಷ್ಟ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ವಿ ವುಡ್ ರೈಟ್. ನಾನೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಪ್ರತಿ ಸಲ, ದಿಸ್ ಇಯರ್ ಐ ವುಡ್ ರೈಟ್ ಆಲ್ ಮೈ ಡೇಟಾ ಇನ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಬಾರ್ ಚಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್. So last year it was this much. So for example, women's labor force participation rate, now it is 41%. Last year it was 37% a few years ago. So year baridide. So this is how I represented my data. Either data you can write in pointers, like this is what happened. Then I wrote it in terms of bar charts and pie charts also. So pie charts use ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ. So for example, a question on renewable energy distribution, I can write that ist percent solar ada, ist percent wind ada, etc. But what I can do is also write it in terms of pie charts. I can do this. So I will write this is solar, this percent, this is wind. So you tell me which is better representation. Pie charts is better. So that is what I consciously did this time. Reading is one part. ಓದ್ಬೋದು, ನೀವು ಎಷ್ಟು ಬೇಕಾದಷ್ಟು ಓದ್ಬೋದು, ಬಟ್ ಪುಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್ ಆನ್ ಪೇಪರ್, ಅದನ್ನು ನೀವು ಓದಿದ್ದನ್ನು ರಿಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಲ್ಲ ಓದೋನ್ಗೆ. ಅಂದರೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡೋನ್ಗೆ ಅನಿಸ್ಬೇಕು, ಓಕೆ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಈಸ್ ರೆಡ್ ವೆಲ್ ಅಂತ. ಹೌ ವಿಲ್ ಇಟ್ ನೋ? ನಿಮ್ಮ ನಂತರ ಬಂದು ಭೇಟಿ ಆಗತ್ತಿಲ್ಲವ. ಸೊ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಕಾಪಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಐತೆ ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ. ಸೊ ಫಾರ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಟು ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ರೈಟ್ ಆನ್ ಪೇಪರ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ನು ಜಲ್ದಿ ಹರಿ ಬರಿ ಬೇಡ, ಬಟ್ ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಸಮ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ನೋ. ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರು ಬರ್ದಿದ್ದು ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ರೀಡ್. ಸೊ ರೀಡ್ ಅ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಟಾಪರ್ ಕಾಪೀಸ್, ಜಿ ಎಸ್ ಇರಲಿ, ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಇರಲಿ, ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ರೀಡ್ ಅ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಕಾಪೀಸ್. Then you will know what is a good answer, and don't prolong it long, because at some point you have to write those answers. Nange gottayte, like at this point it's very difficult to think how will I write all these answers, 2-3 page ಬರಬೇಕು, ಒಂದು ಪೇಪರ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Don't keep those huge targets. ಈ present target is just take 2 questions, see what all you can think. At least I am able to think, break down the question, what is there, that is enough. So make slow improvement. Always in this journey alla, always keep short targets. ಈ ವೀಕ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ 2-3 ಡೇಸ್ ಅಗೋ ಏನು ಓದ್ತೀನಿ. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಮೈ 1 month ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾನ್. ಸೊ ಈಗ ಪ್ರಿಲಿಮ್ಸ್ ಬರೋದೈತಿ, ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಪ್ರಿಲಿಮ್ಸಿಗೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ 60 ಡೇಸ್ ತನಕ ವಾಟ್ ಆಲ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಡೂ. ಸೊ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದಟ್ ಮೈಕ್ರೋ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾನ್ಸ್. ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ನಾನು IAS ಆಗ್ತೀನಿ, ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಡೂ ದಿಸ್ ಟು ಮೈ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್, ಆ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾನ್ಸ್ ತೊಗೊಂಬರ್ತೀನಿ. ಡೋಂಟ್ ಗೋ ಇನ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಇದು ಲಾಲ್ ಬತ್ತಿ ತೊಗೊಂಬರ್ತೀನಿ ಮನೆಗೆ, ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ನೋ. ಸೊ ಫೋಕಸ್ ಆನ್ what is important here. So focus on short term goals, everyday goals, weekly goals, and always next day prepare ಏನು ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಓದಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಹಿಂದಿನ ದಿನ you plan it. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಸಮ್ಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಡೇ ಲೈಕ್ ಲೈಬ್ರರಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಅಥವಾ ಮನೆಗೆ ಹೋದಾಗ ದೆನ್ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ವೇಕಪ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಎಂಟೈರ್ ಡೇ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂತ ಯು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಥಿಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಆವಾಗ 1 hour, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಯು ವೇಸ್ಟ್ 1 hour 2 hour ದೇರ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಟು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಟು ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ವಾಟ್ ಟು ಸ್ಟಡಿ. ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್. ಸೊ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಬೆಟರ್ previous night before sleeping you decide I'll read this, next day I will complete this. Have that target, then it becomes clear. Then avag motivation irutte. Once you clear short goals finish madadaga you will have that satisfaction, I did something well anta. So then it feels good. Then you can push for days, weeks, months, years. Illandre this exam is very difficult to survive. Initial 1 year it feels very nice, ಭಾಳ ಮಜಾ ಬರ್ತೈತೆ, ಫುಲ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಎಂಜಾಯ್. ಏನು ಗವರ್ನರ್ ಓದೋದೇನು, ಏನು ಪ್ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟ್, ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಪಾಲಿಟಿ, ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಲವ್ ಇಟ್. ಬಟ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಫೀಲ್ಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟ್. ಇಟ್ ಫೀಲ್ಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಒನ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಟೇಕ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಬೋರ್ಡಮ್. ಭಾಳ ಬೋರ್ ಆಗತ್ತೆ, ಅದೇ ಓದಬೇಕು. ಬಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಹೌ ದಿಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಈಸ್, ಯು ನೀಡ್ ಅ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಪೇಷನ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಆಪ್ಷನಲ್ ಆಯಿತು, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಡನ್. This is the jump I did. So lot of answer writing, lot of value addition. Sources like Booklist. Institute ಹೆಸರಂತೂ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇರೆ ಕಡೆ ತೊಗೊಳಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ ನಾನು. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ರಾಂಗ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಟು ಡೂ ದಟ್. ಬಟ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಟೆಲ್ ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸಸ್. ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಪೊಲಿಟಿ ಎಮ್ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀಕಾಂತ್. ಬೇರೆ ಏನಾರು ಓದಾತೀರಿ? ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಎಮ್ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀಕಾಂತ್, ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಗೋಲ್ಡ್ ಮ್ಯಾನ್. ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಯಾವ್ದಾರ ಇರಲಿ, ಎನಿ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಇರಲಿ, ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ರೀಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀಕಾಂತ್ ಕಾಲ್ ಬಿದ್ದೆ ಮುಂದಿಂದೆಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಎಮ್ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀಕಾಂತ್, ರೈಟ್ ಡೌನ್. ದೆನ್ ಮಾಡರ್ನ್ ಹಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ, ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ರಮ್ ಈಸ್ ಗುಡ್. ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ರಮ್, ರಾಜೀವ್ ಅಹೀರ್, ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ರಮ್ ಪಬ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ಸ್, ರೀಡ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್. ದ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಈಸ್ ಯು ರೀಡ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್, ಬಟ್ ಒಂದೇ ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಮೇಂಟೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿರಿ. ಇವತ್ತು ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀಕಾಂತ್ ಓದತ್ತೀನಿ, ನಾಳೆ ಡಿ ಬಸ್ ಓದಾಕತ್ತೀನಿ, ನಾಳೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಬರ್ತೈತೆ ಕೋಚಿಂಗ್ ನೋಟ್ಸ್. ಡೋಂಟ್ ಡೂ ದಟ್. ಇನಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಇಯರ್ಸ್ ಎಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ಈಗ ವಾಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದಟ್ ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ರೀಡಿಂಗ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬ ಏನೋ ಓದಾತನಂತ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದಟ್ ಫಿಯರ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಿಸ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಔಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಮೇ ಬಿ 1-2 ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಅವ್ನು ಬರ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ ಆ ಬುಕ್ ಓದಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ. ಸೊ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್, ಡೋಂಟ್ ಬಿ ಇನ್ ದಟ್ ಇಂಪ್ರೆಷನ್. ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಯುವರ್ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸಸ್. 1 book, 1 subject, 1 reference book or 1 coaching notes. ಇದನ್ನ ಹೊಳ್ಳ ಮೇಳ ಅದನ್ನೇ ಓದೋದು ಟಿಲ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಬೋರ್ಡ್, ಟಿಲ್ ಯು ನೋ ಲೈಕ್ ಸಾಕಾಗತ್ತಂದ್ರೂ ಅದನ್ನ ಮತ್ತೆ ಓದಬೇಕು, ಸಾಕಾದ್ಮೇಲೂ ಅದನ್ನೇ ಓದಬೇಕು. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಹೌ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್, ದಿಸ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ ಈಸ್. ಸೊ ಒನ್ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್, 1 book, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಸಜೆಸ್ಟ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಹೌ ವಾಟ್ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ಫುಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾಂಡಿಡೇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಸಜೆಸ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಕೀಪ್ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸಸ್ ಫಾರ್ 1 subject. ಸೊ 1 subject, 1 resource, ಅದನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿರಿ. ಸೊ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀಕಾಂತ್, Spectrum, this is what I have referred. You can refer any other textbooks. Then Ancient and Medieval History, Poonam Dalal Dahiya anta ಒಂದು ಟಾಟಾ ಮೆಗ್ರಾವಲ್ ಬುಕ್ ಅದ. ವೆರಿ ಎಕ್ಸಲೆಂಟ್ ಬುಕ್, ವೆರಿ ಎಕ್ಸಾಸ್ಟಿವ್, ಬಟ್ ಒಂದ್ಸಲಿ ಓದ್ರದ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಮಿಸ್ ಔಟ್ ಆನ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್. ಈ ವರ್ಷ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ 5 yearsಯಿಂದ ಈ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ನಾಗ ಏನೂ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ, 2-3 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಬಂದವ, 2-3 ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಬಂದವ. ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ಬರೋಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಸ್ಕಿಪ್ ದಿಸ್. ಅಲ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಪ್ರಿಲಿಮ್ಸ್ನಾಗ ಓದಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮೇನ್ಸ್ನಾಗ ಓದ್ಸಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ತಾನ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಬೆಟರ್ ಯು ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ನಾವು. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಲೀವ್ ಎನಿ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್. ಆ ಟ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಅನಾಲಿಸಿಸಿಂದ ಬೇಡಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಡ್ರಿ. ಈ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇಷ್ಟು ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ನೋ ದಟ್ ಪೊಲಿಟಿ, ಎಕನಾಮಿ, geography, these are important subjects, ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ರಿವಿಷನ್ ಬೇಕು. ಹಾಗಂತ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೆಗ್ಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ದಿ ಅದರ್ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್, ಪೆರಿಫರಲ್ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಫೋಕಸ್ ಈವನ್ ಆನ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್. ಸೊ ಪೂನಮ್ ದಲಾಲ್ ದೈ ಆಯ್ತು. PMF IAS ಫಾರ್ ಎಕಲಾಜಿ ಎನ್ವಿರಾನ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಗುಡ್. Economy, any other book, Sriram is good. Nitin Singhania is very good. So that is Nitin Singhania, that is very popular. That is good. So any textbook, but read it again and again. One set of previous year questions, booklet sigat. Like the original papers, some Xerox anಗಡಿ ಹೋದ್ರೆ you will get it. So take a set of that. So have a monthly plan, one subject mugsri, then do some write one sectional test or two sectional test, because initial years two sectional test polity mugsatini, two sectional tests barathini of any institute or of this institute if you're enrolled in here. Write it, then same next subject mugsri, then you are revising it, then one sectional test barathiri. This is how you are doing. So all when 5 to 6 subjects are over, then you are done with some this is prelim specific heladid. So that you are done. Apart from this, you are also preparing current affairs. So current affairs, what is that you are doing? Like newspapers, ಮತ್ತೆ monthly magazine ಯಾವುದು? Legacy. Okay, legacy is very good. Like you continue with that. One monthly magazine is enough. So newspaper ಯಾವುದು ಓದಾಕತ್ತೀರಿ? Indian Express, The Hindu ಯಾವುದು ಓದಾತ್ತೀರಿ? ಓಕೆ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಉಳ್ದವ್ರೆ ಕನ್ನಡ ಪ್ರಭ ಯಾವುದು ಓದಾತ್ತೀರಿ? See, any one newspaper is enough. Indian Express ಇರಲಿ, ದ ಹಿಂದೂ ಇರಲಿ, ಜಸ್ಟ್ ರೀಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಓದ್ಕೊತೀರಿ ಎವ್ರಿ ಡೇ. ಡೋಂಟ್ ಲೀವ್ ಇಟ್. ನನ್ನ ಅವ್ರ 2-3 ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಓದೋ ಅಂತ ಏನಾರೇ ದುರಂಧರ ಯಾರು ಇದ್ದರೆ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಡೂ ಇಟ್. ಒನ್ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಈಸ್ ಇನಫ್. ಸೊ ಕೀಪ್ ರೀಡಿಂಗ್ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಪೇಪರ್. ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ಪೋರ್ಷನ್ ನೀಟಾಗಿ ಮುಗಿಸ್ಕೊರಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್. ಆಲ್ ದ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಪೊಲಿಟಿ, ಎಕನಾಮಿ, geography, all these basic you have to finger tips nagirbek ashtu. You have to revise again and again. Rest all is just periphery, like ancient medieval agli, then science and tech, ivella these are periphery subjects. Core subjects you focus entirely. Core subjects you like read out and out repeatedly, keep revising them. Modern history, polity, economy, geography, and ecology a bit. These 4-5 subjects, and this is your mains, like this is the foundation. Idu bit enara extra enara udid jasti attention kodathiri, then it is difficult. Anything else idadmelene. So this has to be first complete, 1 round, 2 round, and then extra you complete. So, and this is supplemented by everyday newspaper and current affairs magazine. Newspaper and current affairs magazine, always like that. 1 month continuous newspaper odathiri. You don't make any notes, just back of the mind irli odkonta hogri. End of the month you will have the monthly magazine. Monthly magazine again you are getting the same month again, other it is repeating. So you are revising it 2 times already. Once ali odatiri, once ali revise agadai. So you already have read it twice. Prelims sing hatra bandaga you compile all the monthly magazine nag en ಮಾಡ್ರಿ, highlight 2 sketch pens use ಮಾಡ್ರಿ, highlighter use ಮಾಡ್ರಿ. One for prelims, which is like factual knowledge ಏನಿರ್ತದ, and for mains. So prelims hatra bandagella you just read the prelims highlighted ಏನಿರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನಷ್ಟೇ ಓದಾಗ್ತೀರಿ. So that is your third reading. Current affairs is done. So ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ don't, what students do is ಈ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಅಫೇರ್ಸ್ ಓದಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಪ್ರಿಲಿಮ್ಸ್ ಒಂದು ತಿಂಗಳಿದ್ದಾಗೆಲ್ಲ ಕೋಚಿಂಗ್ದವ್ರು ಇದು ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ ಕಂಪೈಲೇಷನ್ಸ್, PT 365 ಅದು ಇದು. ಕಂಪೈಲೇಷನ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್. ಅಷ್ಟು ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಟು ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ ರೇಷಿಯೋ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಲೆಸ್. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಮಂತ್ಲಿ ಮ್ಯಾಗಝಿನ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಹೌ ದ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಈಸ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಇವಾಲ್ವಿಂಗ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಯು ರೆಡ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಡೇ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಪೇಪರ್. ಇವತ್ತು ಗವರ್ನರ್ ಏನೋ ಮಾಡ್ಯಾನ, ದೆನ್ ಒನ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ಲಿ 2-3 days you have that topic coming up. Then again some another person let's say president has done something, again 2-3 days it will go. Some bill has passed, again 2-3 days other discussion ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಮಂತ್ಲಿ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ಝಿನ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಇದ್ರದ್ದು ಕಂಪೈಲೇಷನ್ ಇನ್ ಈ 3-4 ಡೇಸ್ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ, one unit ಇರುತ್ತೆ, 1 page ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ now you actually understood how the topic evolved and ಅದ್ರ summary. So this is the best way to do current affairs. Compilation ನಾಗ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಇರಲ್ಲ. And let's say you are not reading newspaper also, directly compilation ಓದತ್ತೀರಿ. Directly it is like, ಕೊಟ್ಟನ you will read like governor has done this, you will absolutely have no idea. Probably what you can do best is mug up it, ashte. That's the best you can do, but you have not understood it, not internalized it. So that is why it is important to have that sequence: newspaper, then monthly magazine, then another revision during prelims. So this will help, this will settle your current affairs. And current affairs ಅಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಬೆನ್ನತ್ತಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಡ್ರಿ. 10 to 12 hours if you are reading, or 8 to 10 hours if you are reading. 8 hours has to go for static part. Only 2 hours has to go for current affairs. ಹುಡುಗರು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಉಲ್ಟಾ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. 8 ತಾಸು current affairs, then 2 hour very static. So that will not yield any result. So prioritize what is important. Current affairs ನೋಡಕ್ಕೆ ಭಾರಿ ಅನ್ನಿಸ್ತದೆ, ಬಟ್ ಅದ್ರದ್ದು ಯುಟಿಲಿಟಿ ಅಷ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ. That is the truth of this exam. Ultimately ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ಓದಿ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ಬಟ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಅಫೇರ್ಸ್ನ ರ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ತೆಗಿಬೋದು, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್. ಬಟ್ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗಕ್ಕೆ ಯು ನೀಡ್ ದಟ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಬಿ ವೆರಿ outrightly very focused with it. So that is current affairs either. Then CSAT, that is one thing we can discuss, or next what? CSAT. So engineering background or maths background? Okay, and rest all? Maths. Then like any arts and humanities, commerce, okay. So ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ಅಷ್ಟು ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ದವ್ರಿಗೆ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟ್ ಆಗೋದೈತಿ. So see, irrespective of the stream, CSAT is something you should not ignore. 66-67 marks ತೆಗಿಬೇಕು, 200 each question, 80 question. One question is 2.5 marks, one negative is 0.83. ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್, ಮರ್ತ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನಾನು ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ. 0.83 ಅಲ್ಲ, 0.83. ಸೊ 0.83. ಸೊ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ 80 questions CSAT. So you have 80 questions plus 2.5 for one positive and minus 0.83 for one negative. So illen ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, like first of all, first CSAT what you should do is, there are 3 things CSAT naga. One is English comprehension, one is quant, one is reasoning. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ 27 questions ಬರ್ತಾವ 80 ನಾಗ. So rest all is this 53. 53 is here. So this mandatorily EC 27 you have to attempt, because most of them will do, like you can do it. Illi what is important to understand is, have you gone through CSAT papers? No. ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಿ. Okay, understand, first go through the papers. This is at least ಈ 3 ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಇರತ್ತಂತ. So English comprehension passage ಅದ, you have some questions followed up, you attempt those. Quant ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ you have quantitative aptitude, you have time, speed, distance, ಆಮೇಲೆ ರೇಷಿಯೋ, ಪ್ರಪೋರ್ಷನ್, ಎಕ್ಸೆಟ್ರಾ, ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತವೆ. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಪ್ಯೂರ್ಲಿ ಮ್ಯಾಥಮೆಟಿಕಲ್. ರೀಸನಿಂಗ್ ಈಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಮೋರ್ ಆಫ್ ಪಝಲ್ಸ್ ಥರ, ಲೈಕ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ ರಿಲೇಷನ್, ಅವನ ತಂಗಿ ಕಿಂತ ಮಾವ, ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಆಸ್ಕ್ ಟು ಇನ್ನಿಬ್ಬರು ಅನ್ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ಸ್ ಜೊತೆ ರಿಲೇಷನ್ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಮೋರ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಟೇಬಲ್ಸ್, ಲೈಕ್ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಒಬ್ಬರು ಪಿ ಸಿಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಡಿರೆಕ್ಷನ್, ಎಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಸಿಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಡಿರೆಕ್ಷನ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅವ್ರ ಮಧ್ಯೆ 2-3-4 ಜನ ಕುಂತಾರೆ, ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ಪಝಲ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಐ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಲೈಕ್ EC. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ Is bad? Okay. Okay. So to continue, just like have a priority. So you don't have to solve 80. You can just 45 to 50 your work gets done. So identify those 40 to 45 to 50. Eliminate first name either through barrel, because let's say you've not read time, speed and distance. Our topic and first two questions are those only. Will you attempt it? So straight away you just remove either this is not happening because you don't have to, because all you have to do is 45 to 50. So you're left with another 30, 35. You can remove those 30, 35, identify and remove it, then focus completely on this. That is enough. So focus here, make good notes, topic wise notes madre, have some good formulas, then go for some tricks and tips based on last year previous year questions pattern madi. Okay, this is e topics, there will be certain topics that will every year ಬರ್ತಿರ್ತಾವೆ. So for those go for some tricks YouTube nagirutte, or your CSAT sir will help you with that. So foundation do well with respect to notes madri, keep revising them, keep practicing. No matter sir ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಲ್ಸಕತ್ತಾರ or ನೀವು ಎಷ್ಟು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಕುಂದು ನೋಡತ್ತೀರಿ, that will not help. Ultimately ಪೆನ್ ಬುಕ್ಕಿಗೆ ಹಿಡಿಬೇಕು. You have to start practicing. You have to give every day 1 hour or half an hour every day, practice at least 10-15 questions. Only then it will be easy. Ali tanka it is no matter how beautiful your notes are, it will not work out. So that is CSET. Apart from that, next anything? Yeah.
So somebody was told me like you are not seeing the actual competition for UPSC exam. You have to visit Delhi to see that. And you went the last year that you first time Delhi visit.
Yeah.
So did you see any changes that helped you in your preparation?
See, yes, of course. Delhi ಒಳಗೆ it's a huge hub. It's a huge hub. ಅಲ್ಲೇ which is called as the old Rajendra Nagar, ORN ಅಂತ. Like aspirants ನೋಡಿರಿ series, aspirant series. At least watch that. You don't have to go to Delhi. Then also you will get to know the real competition. But ನನಗೆ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ real competition, just to give the numbers, 10-12 lakh members apply this exam. Around 5.5 to 6 lakh actually come and write the prelims. Thereafter 12 to 14,000 based on the vacancies Avarsha they actually write the mains, qualify for the mains. And mains usually are bidala 1 or 2 exceptions. So 14,000 people there, 14,000 in the 2,500, 2,800. So 2.5 times karitar, 1,000 posts 2.5 times interview karitar. So around 2,500 people will be there for interview, and then from 2,500 to finalist 1,000 irtare. And in that 1,000, 100, 120 will be IAS, or IPS another 150, 200, then IRS, foreign service on another 10, 15. So this is how it goes. So competition is with 12 lakh? No, absolutely not. 12 lakh jute, because half of the people have already left 6 lakh brother. So is competition with 6 lakhs? Again big no. 6 lakh ಭಾಳ ಜನ they are writing just for the sake of writing. ನನ್ನ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಬರೀತಾನೆ ನಾನು ಹೊಂಟೇನೆ, and because this exam is just for 200 rupees, free for SC/ST and women, so ಭಾಳ ಜನ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡತ್ತಾರೆ. So not everyone is serious in this exam. The actual competition, I would say, 15,000 ಏನಿತ್ರಲ್ಲ ಮೇನ್ಸ್ ಬೇರೆ ಆತಾರಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು, ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಸೇ ಅನದರ್ 3 times 45 to 50,000. 50,000 ಜನ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಟು ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ 1 lakh ಜನ ಜೊತೆ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಷನ್ ಐತೆ. Still even that is a lot, but I feel that is the real competition. The rest all is just noise. I'll very like they are come to time pass. They are ಅವ್ರ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಪುಷ್ ಮಾಡ್ಯಾರ ಅಂತ ಹೊಂಟಾರೆ. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜನ ಹುಡುಗಿಯರ ಮದ್ವೆ ಡಿಲೇ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳಕ್ಕೆ ದೇ ಕಮ್ ದರ್ UPSC ಓದಾತೀನಿ ಅಂತ. ದೆನ್ ಇನ್ನು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹುಡುಗರು ಲೈಕ್ ನಮ್ಮ ದೋಸ್ತ್ ಹೋಗ್ಯಾನಂತ ನಾನು ಹೊಂಟೇನಿ. ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ರು ಅನ್ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಟು ಇಟ್ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ರೋಮಿಂಗ್ ಅರೌಂಡ್ UPSCಯಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಅ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ unrelated, actually not in the competition, ಆ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಭಾಳ ಅದಾರ. ಸೊ ಟು ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಟು ಯುವರ್ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್, ನೋ. Question ಐತಿ, even if you see that competition, that is not really going to change anything. You will feel that okay, one self ulta, I feel it will be negative. You will feel overwhelmed, because ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಓದ್ಲಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಓದೋರ್ಗತ್ಲೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡೋರು ಭಾಳ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನು ನೋಡಿ ಈವನ್ ಸೀರಿಯಸ್ ಓದೋರು ವಿಲ್ ಫೀಲ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ನಾಟ್ ರೀಡಿಂಗ್ ಇನಫ್ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಐ ವೋಂಟ್ ಸಜೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇಟ್. My suggestion would be, if you clear prelims, then you can go for mains. I think that is better avaga, because going to Delhi for a limited span will yield you better results rather than varshangatle ille just like Chandra layout, or ille here it might be there. So ille like year on year sitting here is not going to help in Delhi. You can comfortably stay in this weather, good food, etc. will better, because Delhi extreme weather. Even the mains time na hodak, like the first week I went there, it was heat wave bantal. So heat wave temperature raised to 48-52 degrees ತನಕ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದು. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಾಬಬ್ಲಿ ಆರಾಮಾಗಿ ಓದ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾಕೆ ಬಂದೆಪ್ಪ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಸಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಕೈತೆ. ಸೊ ಮೆಂಟಲಿ ಫಿಸಿಕಲಿ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ದಟ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್, ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ, then it is going to be very difficult. Interview time na exact opposite ಇತ್ತು. ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮ್ ಕೋಲ್ಡ್ ಆಗತ್ತೈತೆ ನಮ್ಮ ದೋಸ್ತಿಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗೈತನ ಆತನವ, ನಂಗೆ ಅದನ್ನ ತಡ್ಕೊಳಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗತ್ತಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. 15 degrees ಲೈಕ್ ಅಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ 15 degrees ಮಧ್ಯಾಹ್ನ ಆ ಟೈಮ್ನಾಗ. ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಇನ್ ಎಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಜನವರಿ. ಸೊ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮ್ ಕೋಲ್ಡ್, ಎರಡೇ ಸೀಸನಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮ್ ಕೋಲ್ಡ್, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮ್ ಹೀಟ್. ಮಳೆ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಫುಲ್ ಫ್ಲಡ್ಡಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ಈಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಓದೋದು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬದಲು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಜೀವ ಉಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಭಾಳ ಇದಾಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತದೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸೊ ಡೆಲ್ಲಿ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ನೆಸೆಸರಿ. ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಲೆಗಸಿ ಐಎಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಬಿನ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ವೆಲ್, ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್. ಐ ಲುಕ್ಡ್ ಅರೌಂಡ್ ದಿ ಹೊಸ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದೆ, ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್ ಇನ್ಫ್ರಾಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್, ವೆರಿ ಕಂಫರ್ಟಬಲ್. ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಲೈತಿ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿರಿ. ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಷನ್ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಐತಿ, ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಷನ್ ಯು ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಅಲಾಂಗ್, ಟೇಕ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಷನ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಅಕೌಂಟ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅಲ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್ಲಿ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಷನ್ ಈಸ್ ವಿತ್ ಯುವರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್, ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಸೇ 3-4 hours ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಓದಾತಿದ್ರಿ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿ, ನೀವು ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಡೇ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ರೀಡ್ ಅನದರ್ ಅವರ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ, ದೆನ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಬೀಟನ್ ಯುವರ್ ಓಲ್ಡರ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಸೇ ಯು ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮೋರ್ ದೆನ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್, you are already beating the competition by coming here. There are people who are just sitting in their sleeping in their bed and thinking ನಾನು UPSC ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ನಾನು ಇದು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. At least you are already beaten them. So you've already beaten a lot of competition. So competition ultimately is with yourself. That will improve. For example, I showed my scorecard. Was I competing with others there or with my own self? I wanted to be better than the older self. 2024 marks what I had got, that Kiran Kamate had to be beaten by 2025. So I did that. So I was my own competition. So ultimately that is the thing. So don't get too much worried about that. Whatever competition is there, keep it, take it in a positive way, and ultimately competition is with yourself. Next question.
Sir, I have a question. So, what enabled you to remain psychologically resilient? Because this was your last attempt, and once an aspirant is giving his or her first attempt, maybe the next attempt they're giving, they might not have the same amount of hope and all that. And also there will be societal pressure because number of attempts and peer pressure is there. So, what's your insight on that?
See, one of the reason I wanted Plan B was this. What you've mentioned, societal pressure. I was part of, I was put into that pressure because 2018 I graduated. 2 years antru sumne nane waste madkonde gate engineering services, then 3 attempts here. So it was 5 years since I graduated and absolutely no job. And you know how difficult, irrespective of male or female, it is difficult to go to your ಊರಿಗೆ ಹೋದಾಗ ಅಂತೂ that is dot torture, very torture. Like at least to go back to call your parents and ask for money at the end of the, it is difficult. It is first year ಅವರು ಜೋಶನೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ, 10,000 ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ 15 ಕೊಡತ್ತಾರೆ, 15 ಕೇಳಿ 20 ಅವರು ಕೊಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ. But that will end after. They will also start questioning one attempt ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ they will also feel ಯಾಕೆ ಮಾಡತ್ತಿಪ್ಪ ಇದನ್ನು, ಬೇರೆದು ಏನಾದ್ರು ಮಾಡು, ಅಥವಾ ಲುಕ್ ಫಾರ್ ಸಮ್ ಆಲ್ಟರ್ನೇಟಿವ್ಸ್, ಏನಾದ್ರು ಬ್ಯಾಕಪ್ ಇಟ್ಕೋ, ಹಂಗೆ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಅಂತ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಕೈತೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ how I was, and I was part of that pressure, and that is where I got luckily ಅಂತನೋ ಎಸ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ವರ್ಕ್ಡ್ ಆ 2 ವರ್ಷ ಏನು ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಅಂದಲ್ಲ that benefit I got in 2023 KPSC ಬರೆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅಸಿಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರ್ ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಗ ಅಗೇನ್ ಐ ಗಾಟ್ 67th ರ್ಯಾಂಕ್ there. So somewhere I feel plan B is important because you've started now. This is the best time. Give your everything eager because you are full of energy, you are full of motivation, and ಏನು ಅನ್ಕೊಂತೀರಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಅದ, and I think that is the biggest blessing. So be in that and very positive mindset ಇರ್ತೀರಿ because you have no baggage now. You have graduated, you have come here, so there is no baggage now. So only forward looking. So give your everything. Utilize the first 2 years of preparation extremely well. Like do everything, optional correct ಮಾಡ್ಕೊರಿ, ethics, essay, do almost like cover everything. At least you should know everything about everything in this exam. At least GS 1, 2, 3, 4 you should know something. Optional you should know something. Cover optional complete ಮುಗಿಬೇಕಾ, at least ethics ಮುಗಿದಿರ್ಬೇಕಾ, comfortable ಇರ್ಬೇಕು ನೀವು, and GS 1, 2, 3 some basic knowledge ಇರ್ಬೇಕು. This if you have done this in the 1 year, I think you're good to go. Thereafter it is just value addition, correction, lot of answer writing, then just again current affairs continuous ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂತಿರ್ಬೇಕು ಅಷ್ಟೇ. So pressure ಅದ because once 2 to 3 attempts that then you will only there are pressure society ಬಿಟ್ಟಾಕ್ರೆ ನೀವು you will like feel torturing like yourself ಅಷ್ಟೇ. So many questions you will have, like your peers might be doing well, IT ನಾಗ ಮಸ್ತ್ ಪ್ಯಾಕೇಜ್ ಗೀಕೇಜ್ ತೊಗೋತಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಮದುವೆ ಆಗ್ತಿರ್ತದೆ, and you will be still like 1 attempt, 2 attempt, 3 attempt, 4. So that is a different pressure, that is a altogether different pressure, and specifically for female I think that pressure will be even more. Let's be honest, it will be difficult for female candidates because that marriageable age will be happening, so lot of things will be happening. So it is difficult, it is going to be difficult. I'm warning you now, if you go past 2 to 3 attempts it will be very difficult. So first 2 to 3 years give your best, do everything. Whatever I've done in my 5th, 6th attempt, you do it in the initial years. Do a lot of answer writing, cover everything, get your optional right. So na ella trial and error ಮಾಡಿ I came there. So get good mentorship here, very good mentorship here. So do that. So mentorship idre you will again at least know what to do, you will not get deviated in the process. So to answer, this is what is needed. And mentally I feel why have you come here, like why did you choose this path, civil services? After graduation you could have done anything, why you came here, and why it is an important question, and a question you should have your own answer. So you cannot say my father put me here or my friend was doing adak bande or just experiment madak just to see how it is, or ಇದನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಯಾವುದೋ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿಗೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. that is not going to happen. You should know why I am doing this. For me, my father was the motivation, so I just wanted to do it for him, and I had that motivation to do something for the society, give something to the society, and I think this was the platform where I would be more comfortable. Maybe ನಂಗೆ ಪ್ರೈವೇಟ್ನಾಗ ಅಷ್ಟೇ I was not very interested in the IT sector, in the construction, like even civil engineering graduate, I was not very much fond of that construction, engineering, art. I was not really happy. So I just knew I wanted to do this. I wanted to do this for my father. I wanted to do this because I wanted to contribute something to my society, something to my nation. So this is a good platform. So I had that desire. So once you fail, twice you fail, again, because that motivation is self-driven, it is innate, it is inside me, not externally fed into me, avaga I will keep on continuing. So that is what kept me going. Else ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, after 2 to 3 failures you will start finding excuses. If that motivation is coming from external, then you will blame the other person who had, you will blame your parents that you pushed me here, you will blame your friends that in bennathi ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದೆ, or you will always find that excuses ಯಾವಾಗ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, when that motivation is not self driven, it is external, that will be temporary. when you know why I'm doing this, why I want to do this, ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಷ್ಟ ಆದ್ರೂ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಹಿಯರ್, ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಮಾಡಿನ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಹೋಗೋದಂತ ಯು ಆರ್ ಇನ್ ದಟ್ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಸೆಟ್, then I think that motivation will help you keep through even through failures, because success and enjoy ಮಾಡೋದು is very easy. You don't have to do anything. ಮಂದಿನ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, you have to just sit around. But failures ಹಂಗಲ್ಲ, failure ಇದ್ದಾಗ you are just alone. Everyone will blame at your all the decisions you took, all the things you did. Everyone will become ಏನಂತಾರೆ ಅವಾಗ ಅಡ್ವೈಸರ್ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಫ್ರೀ ಅಡ್ವೈಸ್ ಕೊಡಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. And you will also question a lot your own self, you will blame yourself, so that is a difficult phase. So but if you know and have a good answer to why I am doing this, why civil services, and then I feel you will sail through well. Even if it is 3-4, you will sail through, and that is why I sailed. So next, you yes.
Do you think 1 year is enough for the preparation and to give the attempt? Or do you recommend like studying and then taking an break?
1 year is a very good, like one full time you're preparing full time. If you're preparing full time for 1 year, that is very good, like I think, and that is a good enough number of months to give your serious attempt, because 1 year at least, as I said, some basic reading ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀರ of all the subjects. Current affairs newspaper I'm not expecting, but at least basics you are covering. CSAT ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮಾಡಕತ್ತೀರಿ, you know what is to be done in CSAT. You've gone through PYQs, you know ಇಷ್ಟು questions ಕೇಳ್ಯಾರ ಅಂತ. You have written some good number of tests, prelims, mains as well. Mains but at least prelims you have written answers. You have covered optional classes ಎಲ್ಲ ಮುಗಿಸಿರಿ, notes ಮಾಡಿರಿ, that is good. Ethics one level you have understood and you have completed. So if you have done this for a year or at least 1.5 year, then I think you are good to go, and that is enough. And lot of times ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, like this exam you will learn through preparing for 1 year is one thing. Once you start giving, let's say prelims ಬರೆದ್ರಿ, pass ಆದ್ರಿ, 1 year you have written or prepared, you gave your prelims, now you have cleared the prelims. Now next mains in ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, that is a different learning, because you are not ready for that. Again, that is something you have learned because you have cleared prelims. That is a whole new experience. ಈ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ನ UPSC through our own experiences you learn and evolve. Then prelims becomes a normal thing ಅವಾಗ. Then next year you are focusing on mains, not on prelims. So again next year you will do entirely mains oriented ಮಾಡತ್ತೀರಿ, then that is sorted. Mains prelims is done, mains is done, interview. Somehow if you're very lucky, interview on the slot you will finish and get a rank, or again come back. If your main score is very less, then like me 24, then again you have to come back, again rework and do that. So it's more about your own evolution in this exam. So to just shortly answer, yes, 1 year is very good, but what are you doing in that 1 year is important. ಬರೀ ನಾ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಕೇಳಾಕತ್ತೀನಿ, ಮನೆಗೆ ಬರತ್ತೀನಿ, making very good notes, full, especially this side, lot of color pens, and then that is not going to help. 1 year ಏನು ಮಾಡತ್ತಿದ್ರಿ, ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಕವರ್ ಮಾಡಿರಿ, ಆಲ್ ದ GS ಬಗ್ಗೆ some knowledge ಅದ. Ethics you have done well. Essay at least you have written 1 or 2 essay, or at least you know what is an essay. You've read a lot of answers, read a lot of essays. If you have done all of this, then you are good to go. And I'll again tell, UPSC preparation is mains preparation. It is not prelims preparation. Prelims, bari prelims ಏನಾದ್ರು ಓದಿ you are telling your mother and father or others that ನಾನು prelims UPSC ಓದಾತೀನಿ, then it is waste, utter waste. Because once if you just clear prelims, 2 months will feel, 2 to 3 months will feel like hell, because mains is extremely hard. It is extremely physically challenging, because 9 papers ಬರೆಯಾಕತ್ತೀರಿ for 2 weekends. That is a different challenge. That is a different mentally, physically you will exhaust. So for that to happen, mains eager ready. Prelims ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ mains ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತಲೆ ಕೆಡಿಸ್ಕೊಬೇಡ್ರಿ. You should be always ready well before it. So UPSC preparation is mains preparation. So what I mean is, read newspapers, see how a topic is given there. Think even in other topics also in terms of that. So ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಬಂತು, ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಸೇ ಗುಡ್ ಗವರ್ನೆನ್ಸ್, ಯು ಥಿಂಕ್ ಇನ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೇನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡೆಲ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್. ಗುಡ್ ಗವರ್ನೆನ್ಸ್, ಒಂದು ಗುಡ್ ಇಂಟ್ರಡಕ್ಷನ್, then you have like some body explaining the what is good governance, then conclusion. So this is how you are thinking all the topics in GS 1 2 3 4. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳತ್ತೀನಿ ಮೇನ್ಸ್ and ಇದು ತಗೋರಿ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ ತಗೋರಿ ಓದ್ರಿ, ಕೀಪ್ ರಿವೈಸಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಡೇ, ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ 2 to 3 days. You just see what is the syllabus. Only then you will understand the depth of this examination. Then supplement it with previous year question. Just one booklet ತಗೋರಿ, just see what is asked. GS1 ಏನೋ ಹಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿನೋ ಓದಿದ್ರಿ, ಮೇನ್ಸ್ನೊಳಗೆ ಏನು ಕೇಳಾಕತ್ತಾರಂತ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ನೋ ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಚುಯಲ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಕೇಳಾಕತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಪ್ರಿಲಿಮ್ಸ್ನಾಗ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಟಿಕ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅಲ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮುಂದಾದ, ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಎಲಿಮಿನೇಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕಮ್ ಟು ದಿ ಆನ್ಸರ್. ಬಟ್ ಮೇನ್ಸ್ನಾಗ ಲಿಟ್ರಲಿ ಖಾಲಿ ಪೇಜ್ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಬರ್ದು ಖಾಲಿ ಪೇಜ್ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾನೆ 2-3 ಪೇಜ್. ವಾಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಯು ಡೂ? You have to think, you have to recall, you have to write, you have to structure it in a particular way, and also ಆಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಮಾಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಗೆ ಬರಿಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಈಗ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರ್ಸ್ ನಾವು ಲೈಕ್ ವಿ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಫಿಲ್ ಅವರ್ ಪೇಜಸ್, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನಾರು ಕೇಳೋ ಅಲ್ಲಿನ ಇರ್ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ ನೋಡತ್ತೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ನಾವು, ಇಸ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಲುಕಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹಂಗೆ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಯು ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ರೈಟ್ಫುಲಿ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಡಿಮಾಂಡ್, ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಡೌನ್ ದ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್, address each part of the question, write a good introduction and conclusion, then that is a good answer. So only then ಅಷ್ಟು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು he will give 40% or 50%. 10 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸಿಗೆ he'll give 4, 15 he will give 6 marks. ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಅನದರ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ತಗೋ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಧ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾನೆ ಅಂದಷ್ಟೇ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟ್ he'll do. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟ್. ಅದು ಹೇಳಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ, ಲೈಕ್ 737 to 816 ತೆಗೆದೆ, ಲೈಕ್ ಮೈ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಮೇನ್ಸ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್. ದಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಟು ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಲೈಕ್ ಫಾರ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಹಾಫ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಟು ಫೈಟ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಹಾಫ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಒನ್ ಪೇಪರ್ 20 questions, you have 4 papers 80 question, half marks each question ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು 40 marks you are increasing. So the battle is about half of marks. So half marks ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಈ ಕಡೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಹೌ ಯು ಆರ್ ಪ್ಲಾನಿಂಗ್. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ಮೇನ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ಲಿ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಗೇಮ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅಲ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್ಲಿ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೈ ದಿಸ್ ಪ್ರಿಪ್ರೇಷನ್ ಈಸ್ ಮೇನ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರಿಪ್ರೇಷನ್. ಸೊ ಮೇಕ್ ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್ ಮೇನ್ಸ್ ನೋಟ್ಸ್, ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ದಿಸ್ ಕೋಚಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ ಎನಿ ಕೋಚಿಂಗ್, ಇಫ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್ ಮೇನ್ಸ್ ಓರಿಯೆಂಟೆಡ್ ನೋಟ್ಸ್, ಟೇಕ್ ದೆಮ್, ರೀಡ್ ದೆಮ್. ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಓದಿದಾಗ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಹೌ ಮೇನ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಈಸ್ ಲೈಕ್, ಮೇನ್ಸ್ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಲೈಕ್. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತನಕ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಬಿ ಇನ್ ದಟ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಬರೀ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀಕಾಂತ್ ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ರಮಿಂದ ನೀವು ಮೇನ್ಸ್ ತೆಗಿಯೋಕೆ ಹಂಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. It is ultimately only for prelims. So have that mindset. So prepare only for mains oriented. Then only prelims also will become very easy. Trust me, prelims is a subset of mains. So once you're good with mains, prelims will automatically become very easy. So I think ಈ ಒಂದೂವರೆ ವರ್ಷ just try to focus on that. Make or buy some very good mains notes, ರಿವೈಸ್ ದೆಮ್, ಕೀಪ್ ರೀಡಿಂಗ್. ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ 3 months ಇದ್ದಾಗ, ಸೊ ಮೇ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಎಂಡ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ, ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ 100 days ಬಿಫೋರ್ ದಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಿಲಿಮ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರಿಪ್ರೇಷನ್. ಸೊ ಎಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ ಯುವರ್ ಮೇನ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರಿಪ್ರೇಷನ್, ಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಫೋಕಸ್ ಆನ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದೆಮ್ ಆರ್ 27 ಆಸ್ಪಿರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಸಜೆಸ್ಟ್. 27 ಆಸ್ಪಿರೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಸೇ ಅದು ಮೇನ್ ಆಗಿ ಪ್ರಿಲಿಮ್ಸ್ ಅದ. ಸೊ ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ 100 days ಬಿಫೋರ್ ದಿಸ್. And today is 24th March. Oh, okay. Career power ge. Swipe man. Okay. So this is 26. So March 26 till almost 100 days. Andre next March ankori. March 27th ತನಕ you just do mains preparation here. Finish your foundation, buy a good mains notes, PSR or option ಮುಗಿಸ್ಕೊರಿ, optional notes ಮಾಡ್ರಿ. So do this in for 1 year. So even if you do this now, you have 1 year, and that is absolutely enough. Then next 100 days you completely shift to prelims. Prelims, what you do, like again those subjects like Lakshmikant etc. You prepare, write a lot of tests. Illonda 50-60 tests ಬರೀರಿ. ಈ ಸ್ಪ್ಯಾನ್ನಾಗು you write some tests, weekly tests ಇರಬೇಕಲ್ಲ, ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು weekly tests, and ಅದು both prelims and mains you write a lot of tests, and I think that will ultimately, this is a good plan. So this is how you should approach. 1 year here and then another 3 months here. If you clear, again 2.5 months, 3 months mains, that is good enough. So in September usually you have your August, September you have your mains. So if you clear, in 2 months then 2 months waiting period for till results. Then you will have November, December. You will have November. You have your results. Then again 1 month gap bit you will have your, so December or January you will have your interview. So this is should be your calendar looking like. So and prepare like this is your last attempt. Right from the word go, prepare like that. In an last attempts, I have 6 attempts, I have 9 attempts. Don't be in that. Why take so much when you can clear? All you need is one successful attempt. So max to max 1 to 2 years you try to finish this exam. That is the best thing you can do. After that it feels very difficult. Not everyone can stick around for so long. It is going to be very difficult. So this is what I will recommend. Anything else?
You told to practice 900 plus questions for mains.
900 answers.
Practice 900 plus answers for mains.
Ah,
Was it based on the PYQs or the current scenarios?
it is both. I wrote GS 2 test series, optional 2 test series. In that one test series was actually PYQ based test series. So all the PYQs were given in terms of a test. So I covered my optional PYQs through that. Then every day I used to write 7 to 8 questions on my own at the end of the day. So both PYQs and weekly tests. So it is a mix of all those for 2.5 to 3 months. That added up to 953. Miss.
ಸರ್ ಈ ವರ್ಷದ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು ಡ್ಯಾಫ್ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಮತ್ತೆ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಈ ಇಯರ್ಗೂ ಏನು ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಿದೆ?
I've given 2 interviews, last year 24, this year 25, last year 171, this year 195. So last year in DAF, we fill something called as DAF, detailed application form, after mains ತುಂಬಿರ್ತೀವಿ. So ಅಲ್ಲಿ hobbies, interests, etc., your background, educational history ಎಲ್ಲ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. So based on that, if you're working history, ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. The questions will be based only on what the information you have provided. And DAF, which is a 8 to 10 page document, ನೀವು ಎಂಟರ್ ಆಗೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಒಂದು 5 minutes ಮುಂಚೆ that board will have be getting it. So the only information about you is that 10 page document. ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ. So when I open that DAF, whatever keywords I find, ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ತವೆ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಮೋರ್ ಪ್ರಿಡಿಕ್ಟೇಬಲ್ ನನಗೆ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಐ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಕ್ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಅದರಾಗಿಂದ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಫೈನಲ್ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ ಒಳಗೂ ರಿಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಭಾಳಷ್ಟು ಅನ್ಪ್ರೆಡಿಕ್ಟೇಬಲ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಏನೂ ಬಂದಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್, ಲೈಕ್ ಐ ಫೆಲ್ಟ್ ವೆರಿ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ ದಟ್ ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ ಅಂತ ಆ ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್ ಬಂದಿತ್ತು. ಸೊ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಡ್ಯಾಫ್ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆಯಿತು. ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಡ್ಯಾಫ್ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್. To just give an example, I had written my hobbies as cricket, movies, and reading and collecting books. So something around this continuous questions. Some bouncers on the Reddit, but that was fine. But mostly it will be very like cordial setup. You might see your sir's either Sagar sir's cabin as last year, very small, very chilled, full AC. AC will be like you're freezing it. Then 5 people, one chairman here, 2 here, 2 here. So it will be very like ibru andru nim almost hing touching distance nagirtare. So this is how it will be. Last year it was like that, and I said very good feeling it. Very good feeling. Kotru marks 171 kotru, which is not great marks, but average, above average. But because on mains to ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಇತ್ತು, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಆವ್ರೇಜ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಐ ಕುಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್. ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಿ 200 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸಿನ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ ಬಂದಿತ್ತು. ಐ ವುಡ್ ಹವ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ಡ್ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಯರ್ ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್. ದಿಸ್ ಇಯರ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ಡ್ಯಾಫ್ ಮೋರ್ ಆರ್ ಲೆಸ್ ರಿಮೈನ್ಡ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್. ಬರೀ ಒಂದು ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ, ಒಂದು ಹಾಬಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ. ಲೈಕ್ ಐ ಲೈಕ್ ರೀಡಿಂಗ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನಲ್ ಹಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ, ಅದನ್ನು ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ. ಸೊ ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆಲ್ 2, 3, 4 ವರ್ ಸೇಮ್. This year, but board was different. Last year, a different person was there who was an IPS. This time, it was an foreign service, Sanjay Verma. So it will be 30 minutes. This time, they took me by surprise. Like ಏನೂ ಡ್ಯಾಫ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಏನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಲೈಕ್ ಇಟ್ರು ಡ್ಯಾಫ್ ಸೈಡಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿದ್ರು, ಲೈಕ್ ದೇ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟೆಡ್ ಫೈರಿಂಗ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಮೋರ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಸ್ಪಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ಸ್, ಕಾಮನ್ ಸೆನ್ಸಿಕಲ್ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್. ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಲೈಕ್ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಸೀನಿಯರ್ಸ್ ರ್ಯಾಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಹಂಗೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ನಂಗೆ ಲಿಟ್ರಲಿ. ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಮೋರ್ ಆಫ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್. ಸೊ ಆವಾಗ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ರಿಕೆಟ್ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಕಪ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಐ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಕ್ರಿಕೆಟ್, ದಿಸ್ ವಾಸ್ 12th of February. ಸೊ 7th ಕ್ರಿಕೆಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ಸೊ ಆಮೇಲೆ 12th ಆಲ್ಸೋ ನನ್ನ PSI ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವತ್ತು ಬಾಂಗ್ಲಾದೇಶ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಇತ್ತು. ಸೊ ಟೆಲ್ ಮಿ ಒನ್ ಇಂಟರ್ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಈವೆಂಟ್, ಸಿಗ್ನಿಫಿಕೆಂಟ್ ಈವೆಂಟ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಬಾಂಗ್ಲಾದೇಶ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಂತಂದೆ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಒನ್. ಸೊ ಐ ಟಿಕ್ಡ್, ಓಕೆ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಯ್ತು. ದೆನ್ ಒನ್ ಸಿಗ್ನಿಫಿಕೆಂಟ್ ಈವೆಂಟ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರು. ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಡೇ ಅಗೇನ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ PSR ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಥಿಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅನ್ UPSC ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಸೀರಿಯಸ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸಾಗಿ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಮಾಡತ್ತೀನಿ. ಸೊ India-US ಡೀಲ್ ಹೇಳತ್ತೀನಿ, ದೆನ್ ಅದರ್ಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ವಾಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಆ ಟೈಮ್ನಾಗೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಹೇಳತ್ತಿದ್ದೆ. ವಾರ್ ಆಗಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅವಾಗ, ಬಟ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್. ಇನ್ನು US ವಾಸ್ ಸಪೋಸ್ ಟು ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ Iran. ಸೊ ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಟಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್. ಅವ್ರು ಏನು ಅಂದ್ರೂ ಇಲ್ಲ ನಾಲ್ಕು 3, 4, 5 ಗೆಸ್ಟ್ ವೆಂಟ್, ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಅಪ್ ಎನಿವೇರ್. ಲಾಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಲಿಟ್ರಲಿ ಐ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್ ದೆಮ್, ಸರ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಸಾರಿ, ನನ್ನ ಗೆಸ್ಸಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ಥಿಂಕ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಕ್ಯೂರಿಯಸ್ ಟು ನೋ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಅವ್ರು ದೇ ಡಿಂಟ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಆನ್ಸರ್, ದೇ ಸೆಡ್ ಯು ನೋ ದಿ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನಿನ್ನ ಬಾಯಿಂದನ ತರಿಸ್ತೇವೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಅಂತ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ಯುವರ್ ಹಾಬೀಸ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರು. ಸರ್ ಅವ್ರೇನೋ ಲೈಕ್ ಯುವರ್ ಹಾಬೀಸ್ ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಸೊ ಯು ಆರ್ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಇಟ್ ವೆರಿ ಸೀರಿಯಸ್ಲಿ, ಯಾರ್ದೋ ಕಾಪಿ ಪೇಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಟು ಯುವರ್ ಹಾಬೀಸ್, ಥಿಂಕ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಅಂತ. ಅಗೇನ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಬುಕ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಸಿನಿಮಾ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಸೀರಿಯಸ್ ಇಶ್ಯೂಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪ್ನಿಂಗ್. ವಿಲ್ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಅಪ್? ಜಸ್ಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಅನದರ್ 5-10 minutes. No, 5-10 minutes. Yeah, okay. So then again I'm not able to guess. Lastige I tell me what all you have put anta, because they were like you are not serious and ನೀನು ಹಾಕಿಲ್ಲ ಹಾಬೀಸ್ ಅಂತ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಐ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟೆಡ್ ಡಿಕ್ಟೇಟಿಂಗ್, ಸರ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಹಾಕಿದೆ 2 ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ದಿಸ್ 3. ಲಾಸ್ಟಿಗೆ 4th ಐ ಆಮ್ ಟೆಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ರಿಕೆಟ್ ಅಂತ, ವಾಚಿಂಗ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫಾಲೋಯಿಂಗ್. ಸಿ ಯು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ನೋ ಅಂತಂದು ದೇ ಆರ್ ಟಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಕ್ರಿಕೆಟ್, ಬಟ್ ನಾನು ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಥಿಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಸೀರಿಯಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ ಅಂತಂದು ದೆನ್ ದೇ ಸೆಡ್, ಅವಾಗ 5 days ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ಇನಿಷಿಯಲಿ 5 daysನಾಗ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸೀನ್ ಲೈಕ್ ವೀಕ್ ಟೀಮ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಪ್ಲೇಯಿಂಗ್ ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್ ಕ್ರಿಕೆಟ್, ದೋ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಬಟ್ ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್ ಕ್ರಿಕೆಟ್ ಆಡಿದ್ರು. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಒನ್ ಪ್ಯಾಟರ್ನ್ ಯು ಸಿ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ matches that happened? So I said like the weaker teams, associate nations, though they might have lost, they have put up a very good competitive cricket. So they were very impressed by that, because that is what he was highlighting. So il questions ellu typical factual questions iralla, like who highest runs yaru hodidru, iವರು ಎಷ್ಟು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಆ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್. They are not interested in that. They are like, do you really understand, are you really passionate about your hobbies, or do you really ಏನು ಹಾಬೀಸ್ ಹಾಕಿರಲ್ಲ, ಡೂ ಯು ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಡೂ ದ್ಯಾಟ್, ಆರ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ ಟೈಮ್ನಾಗ ಯು ಆರ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಫಿಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಟು ದ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ದೇ ಚೆಕ್ಡ್. ಬುಕ್ ಪೈರಸಿ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್, ಎಥಿಕಲ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್, ಒಂದೇ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ವೇಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟರು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೇ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ವಾಂಟೆಡ್ ಟು ಸಿ ಇಫ್ ಐ ವುಡ್ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಬುಕ್ ಪೈರಸಿ. ಐ ಸೆಡ್ ನೋ ಅಂತ 3 ಸಿಚುವೇಶನ್ನಾಗೂ ನೋನ ಅಂತಂದೆ. ಸೊ ಫೈನಲಿ ಅಗೇನ್ ಹಿ ಆಸ್ಕ್ಡ್, do you support it or not, one last time. Again I said no. So this is one question I felt that actually lifted anta, because ಎಷ್ಟು push ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು I was like stuck to my ground. So this is how it was, very organic, very natural, very unpredictable, on the spot kind of questions. ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲೂ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಂತದ್ದು ಏನೂ ಇರಲೇ. It was all, which cricket law do you find funny, which cricket law will you think rule which you will change if given power. See, ಇಂಥವಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ you cannot prepare. ಆ ಟೈಮ್ನಾಗ what you can think, you will just give your best and ಮುಗೀತು, and then leave it to God. So actually I came, last interview I was in which mood, very good mood. ಈ ಸಲ I was not. ಹೊರಗೆ ಬಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಓಕೆ ಕಿರಣ್ ಇವ್ರ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂಸ್ ಅವ್ರು ಅಂದಾಗ ನಾನು ಹಂಗೆ ಕುಂತೇನೆ ಅಲ್ಲೇ, ನನಗೆ ಎದ್ದು ಹೋಗೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಐ ಆಮ್ ವೆರಿ ರಿಲಕ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಸ್ಲೋಲಿ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಎದ್ದು ಹೊಂಟಿದ್ದೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಹೊರಗೆ ಬಂದು ಐ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಮೈ ಫಾದರ್, ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ಗಳಿದೆ, ಲೈಕ್ ನಾಟ್ ವೆರಿ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ ವಿತ್ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ, ಮುಗೀತಿಲ್ಲೇ UPSC ಕತೆ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದ್ವಿ. ಬಟ್ ಒಂದು ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ವೀಕ್ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಬಂದು 1 ವೀಕಿಗೆ ಸ್ಕೋರ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಬಂದಾಗ ಐ ಸಾ 195. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ವಾಸ್, ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಟೇಕನ್ ಬೈ ಸರ್ಪ್ರೈಸ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೈ ನನ್ನ ಪ್ರಿಡಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಐ ಥಾಟ್ 180 ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್, 175, 180 ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ನಾ 200, 250 ರ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಬರ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಳತ್ತಿದ್ದೆ. ಬಟ್ almost 15-20 marks left ಆಯಿತು. That gave like 250 in the 53 months. So that is what happened. This has been my UPSC interview experience, and definitely hoping that in the next couple of years, 1 year 27 at least, few of you from here will give that interview. So lot of good wishes, lot of best of luck from my yes.
You said you have written around 900 questions. What was it to write the initial 30-40 questions?
What was it?
To write the initial 30 to 40 questions.
Yes, like starting, see in this preparation you start ಮಾಡೋದು ಭಾಳ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟ್ ಅದು. It is very difficult to start off, but once you start off you will enjoy it a lot. Then it becomes just a game. You will get addicted and you will just enjoy doing it. But the initial 30-40 questions actually were difficult, because mains preparation serious ಆಗಿ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ, just prelims ಮುಗಿದ್ರೆ have come, so it's difficult to make that shift. So so ಅದಕ್ಕೆ what I did is PYQs ಬರೆದೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ, because PYQs some already ಬರೆದಂಥ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, more simpler ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಸೀರೀಸ್ನಾಗ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ a higher difficulty unnecessarily. PYQs will be very like simpler, so that will actually you can start off by PYQs. And starting ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ, ಆನ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ಬರೀತಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಬರೀ I was just brainstorm what can I write ಅಂತ. Introduction I will write this point I will include. So ಹಿಂಗೆ ಬರೀ brainstorm ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ. So that actually helped me to at least start, make an effort. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ನಾಗ ಅದೇ ಐತೆ, you know what to do ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿರತ್ತೆ, but will not be doing it because ಅದೊಂದು hesitancy, whether I'll be able to write good answer, whether I will get this marks, ಇಷ್ಟು prelims test ಬರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಾನು. But some of them will be knowing na test ಬರಿಬೇಕಂತ, but they will not go and make that effort because fear of demotivating oneself, embarrassing oneself. But somehow you have to push. I think that is why in small groups madri, small peer groups, like-minded people, so you push each other. Like ಒಬ್ಬ ಬರೆಯತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, you push him, you tell him like ಬರೀ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆ come and write irrespective of the result. So you are not writing the answer ಯಾರೋ ಒಬ್ಬ, just include him, just push him to write. So having that right-minded people, because we went to Delhi 5 ಜನ ಹೋಗಿದ್ವಿ, 1 BHK ಮನೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಕುಂತಿದ್ದು, like we had made that, rented a house for 2-3 months. 5 ಒಳಗೆ ಫೈನಲಿಸ್ಟ್ನಾಗ we are 4, so 4 have got ranks here. So ಯಾರು ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ಲಿ ರ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ಯಾರು ತೆಗ್ದಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಸಡನ್ನಾಗಿ we have got that rank, because till few years ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಪ್ರೇಷನ್ನಾಗ ಓದಾತಿದ್ವಿ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದಾಗೇನ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಷನ್ ಫೀಲ್ ಆಯಿತು, ಆಲ್ ವರ್ ಸೀರಿಯಸ್, ಆಲ್ ವರ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಸೆಟ್. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಯು ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಸೆಟ್, ಸೊ ಯುಟಿಲೈಸ್ ದಟ್. ಸೊ ಮೇಕ್ ಐಸೋಲೇಷನ್ನಾಗ ಓದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಡ್ರಿ, ಓದುವಾಗ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇಂಡಿಪೆಂಡೆಂಟಾಗಿ ಓದ್ರಿ, ಬಟ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಏನೈತಿ, ಗೋ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಅ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ರೈಟ್, ಆವಾಗ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಮೋಟಿವೇಟೆಡ್ ಟು ರೈಟ್. ಸೊ ಮೇಕಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ಇನಿಷಿಯಲ್ ಎಫರ್ಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. I think we will wind up. This is my story. This can be yours. Good luck. Be very sincere. ಈ ಪ್ರಿಪ್ರೇಷನ್ಗೆ ಸೀರಿಯಸ್ ಇರಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಡ್ರಿ. Be very sincere. You don't have to appear like you are already an IAS or IPS. ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಮನುಷ್ಯರ್ಗತ್ಲೇ ಇದ್ರಿ, ಬಟ್ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ವೆರಿ ಸಿನ್ಸಿಯರ್ಲಿ. Have a very good routine. This is what I will do. I will wake up. This is the time I will wake up. First slot ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, then I'll have breakfast, second slot lunch, then this is what I will do. Have that clarity and stick to that. If you're reading initially even for 4 to 5 hours, that is enough. You don't have to be like 13-14 hours. ಅದಾಗೋದು ಇಲ್ಲ, that is not recommended also, that is all not needed also. Even if you're reading 5 to 6 hours every day consistently, that is important. Consistency beats everything. So be very consistent. 4-5 hours every day enough, but do that every day. Do that, keep doing it. ಒಂದು ದಿನ 14 hours, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ದಿನ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ದಿನ ಹೊರಗೆ ಹೋದೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ದಿನ ಮಲ್ಕೊಂಡೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ದಿನ ಅಗೇನ್ ಮತ್ತು 7-8 hours. This will not help. Consistency is ultimately the key to success for this exam. This is what I'll help, and I think this is my closing remarks. Good luck. Okay. Yes. Okay. I've seen you somewhere. ಚಂದ್ರ ಲೇಔಟ್ನಾಗ ಇರ್ತೀರ? ಚಂದ್ರ ಲೇಔಟ್ನಾಗ ಏನಾದರೂ
So I hope you guys got all your doubts cleared, got a new sense of inspiration. Okay, what is it? All right. So on behalf of Legacy IAS Academy, we extend our heartfelt gratitude to Mr. Kiran Kamate for taking the time to come here and share his valuable insights, strategy and experience with our students. We are truly proud that you are a part of Legacy IAS family. Your success is not just a personal achievement, but also a source of inspiration and motivation for hundreds of aspirants preparing for this examination. Thank you once again for your time, your guidance, and for inspiring the next generation of civil servants. We wish you all the very best for your future service to the nation.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Give him a big round of applause.
ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಂತ್ರಲ್ಲ this is better. This is better. Here? Okay. Back.